episode of the Steady Chat. I am Shawn Batu.
I'm Cliffy B.
And we own the company.
Yeah, there we go.
Anyways, we're the co-hosts of Steady Chat, and we're gonna talk about some new stuff because we got some new videos. We're here to do the thing.
I was ready. Let's
go.
Oh
Yeah. So today we're gonna talk about the thing. The idea that your partner should be your best friend. And I've heard some other differing opinions about this, and he has disagrees with me on them, but that's okay. This is what Steady Chat's about. We're going to talk about it. He's actually in a relationship. I am not. He probably understands better than I do. So we're going to get into it. So
I guess I can start then.
Exactly. I was about to go to you. So you can start.
Okay. So the whole idea around your partner being your best friend is that, you know, your best friend is somebody you don't hate being around. Your best friend is somebody you can share your secrets with, your thoughts, your feelings. You can just really open up with them and connect with them on a level that you wouldn't with just a regular friend. Like, there's a reason why they're your best friend, you know? And so that's kind of something you want in your relationship because it'll help give you that good foundation for everything else you need to go through. Like, your best friend's also probably somebody you're going to forgive when they mess up in the future, whereas like just some acquaintance or a friend isn't necessarily going to be the same thing. You know what I mean?
No, I understand. I understand the concept completely.
Okay.
I've just heard one other opinion of somebody that I guess a writer that I really respect.
Okay.
So the reason this is why I'm like, okay, let's have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with like, what is a best friend?
That's fair.
And you did kind of explain
hit on it a little bit. Yeah.
So let's expand on that a little bit.
To me anyways, and it's actually funny because I looked it up at one point trying to even think of this myself, like, you know, what exactly is a best friend?
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's different for everybody to an extent. Like, but to me, I think a best friend is, you know, somebody that you can trust, you know, implicitly. Like that's somebody where like I don't know, like you know this is somebody who has your back no matter what. Like, it's always good. Like, there's no problems there. Like, it's just you guys have that connection. You just have that history, that past, whatever it is that elevates you guys to feel like you have that better connection than you would have with other people, and that's kind of like your best friend.
Yeah, our producer just said a ride or die, which I could understand that. I guess I would agree in terms of like, that's what a best friend is.
Right.
Somebody that I guess understands you and possibly understands you a little bit more than you understand yourself, especially if you like, you don't look within yourself a lot.
Well.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I can understand that, and so. Okay, so I kind of want to hit the points and then kind of
go back
to like the idea that I've heard.
Because I'm really curious about this.
I know. So we talked about this.
Me.
We talked about this at Thanksgiving, and then we were just like, we're just gonna save it for the Steady Chat. Let's save it. Okay. So can you have a successful marriage / long-term relationship without being best friends?
So yes and no,
bro. You're gonna kill me with being so.
I mean, but it's true. It's true. Like, can I really sit here and say that there have not been successful relationships of people who have been together for 30 plus years that are not and were not best friends? I can't say that.
Define successful relationship.
I mean, they're together, they're happy, they're functioning.
So like, would you then be happy with somebody that you're not like
best friends with, or whatever?
Best friends, great friends.
I mean, personally, no. I honestly, I couldn't imagine.
I couldn't imagine spending my life with somebody that I hated.
Exactly.
I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my life with somebody that I couldn't stand being around.
Right.
I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my life with somebody that I just did not, or that I didn't want to spend time with.
Exactly.
Somebody that I didn't want to talk to. Like, right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, right. There's like the level of I don't want to spend time with you. There's the level of
cool with spending time with you.
Yeah, and then there's the level of I want to spend time with you. Right. There is that. So,
and we've seen. I mean, personally, I've seen so many people in these kinds of relationships who are a little bit like, I need to get away. I don't want to really hang out with them. Like, I don't like to see them. Like, you know, they have to spend lots of time apart and stuff like that, just because they get annoyed of each other. And it's just like, I don't know. I couldn't imagine really being in that situation.
Yeah, I don't like when people are like, I need to get away, but it's like, but I do understand there is value in having distance,
right?
So that you can then come back together and be like, dude, I missed you.
Yeah.
Like, I missed the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well, that's what I learned recently from somebody. I learned about interdependent relationships. You want to both be independent,
yes,
but to independently dependent on each other, which is super weird.
That's a weird way. That's a weird way of saying you have your own lives and then you come together to make it an even better life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to make one word. Just say the sentence.
Just say the whole sentence.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. And then so the last thing. This is an interesting thing, and I'm gonna read it because I haven't read it.
Okay.
If you can't imagine yourself being best friends with your partner, then they may not be the one. Okay. So it's more of a statement.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't write it.
I wrote it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but I said that because, I mean, when you're dating, you should be dating with a thought in mind of building a future with this person. So while you're dating this person...
That is... Okay, continue, sorry.
While you're dating this person, you should be thinking, like, do you guys have that chemistry? Do you guys have that connection that, you could be around this person for the rest of your life? That's what marriage is typically supposed to be, right? Like, you're in a commitment for the rest of your life, and dating is the step before that, where you're figuring out if this is the person you want to be with for the rest of your life. So
that's what dating is supposed to be, right? That is what it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, we're now in a culture where that is not the main focus. The main focus is either pleasure, I just want to get some, and if that means I have to say I'm going to be in a relationship, then that's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Right. There is I just want to be around somebody. I don't want to be alone or whatever.
Like
yada yada yada. Right. It's much more of a selfish thing. Right. The original intent, the original thing was courting in general. It wasn't actually dating, right? You went on dates and you were courting somebody so that you could say, I want to marry this person. Right? And this is exactly where I line up. Like, I ask tough questions probably off top, like day one. I'll just ask like the questions that I want to know, like, can I spend the rest of my life with you? Like, if you have this little thing, like, can I get over that? Like, is that enough for me to, like, say, it's gonna bug the crap out of me, I'm not gonna be able to do that, live with that, right? And so that's how I go into dating. That's how I go on dates in general. And like, I was talking to a guy last weekend. And I forgot where I was going to go with that. I probably need food. My mind is just not on right. That's the second time that's happened. That happened with our producer earlier. Like, I just completely forgot what I was going to say.
We're talking.
Oh yeah, no. So he was telling me a story about Pete Davidson.
Okay.
And apparently Pete Davidson is like really excited about like being a dad and having a family. I don't know if this is true. He just told me this, so if it's not true, fact check me. But he said, he goes on dates and he tells the women this, and then they apparently get scared, and I feel like I'm kind of in that same spot where I'm just like, I'm excited to be a dad.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to one of the gym coaches at the CrossFit gym I go to. I was like, yo, I'm super excited to be a dad, and he's a dad, and like I see his life like with this kid. He's like divorced, and like it's a rough life, but he has fun with his kid, and I'm like, bro, like that just looks like a fun life, even though like you've gone through this crap. Like, you're having such a good time with your son. Like, dude, it's amazing. And I personally don't want to have to go through that, which is why I'm pretty rigorous. But like, I want to be able to like have that dope life with my kids, and then have that dope life with my wife.
That's fair.
Whenever we get married, but women get scared of that, I guess nowadays. Like I'm experiencing it, so it may or may not be true. I don't really know.
I don't know. I think it could just be more of like a coming on too strong type thing. Like, if the other person can't see that, if the other person can't see that future yet because y'all barely started talking, or you're just going like too fast for them, that could lead to people being scared off, when in reality things could have been okay if it had just been brought up later. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes.
I like, the thing is, I'm not saying that like, hey, I want to get married like right now, or I'm not saying like, yes, you're the person that I'm going to eventually marry, or anything like that, right? Which I did do that too quickly, probably with my ex, but like, you know, it's pretty perfect.
You live and you learn.
Yeah, you live, you learn. But I do think it is beneficial to communicate that you're looking for something more serious. You're not looking for the fling thing. And I feel like I went on a couple dates where they were like, they just thought we were just gonna fling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I want to fling, we can fling.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to fling.
Exactly
like,
what I'm looking for.
we can get it. But that's just not a thing that I wanted to do. But yeah, okay. So we kind of got through the points.
Yeah. So tell me your perspective. We're all waiting to hear this now. Like,
has suspense
on the
been
edge of our
killing you?
seats.
Okay, so in the book "Dating Essentials for Men" by Robert Glover.
Gotcha.
Yes. He says that he does not believe that your partner can be your best friend because he doesn't believe that men and women can truly be best friends because there are biological factors. There are biological differences that women will never understand about men and men will never understand about women. So you can definitely be great friends and possibly a type of best friend, I guess. Right?
Yeah, I'm like, what does he define as best friend?
And he doesn't explain that, right? But I take that as to mean that your partner, he or she, cannot be everything to you. You need to have great guy best friends, and she needs to have, or great guy friends, and she needs to have great girlfriends, right? You have to have a life again, like we said, like you have to have a life outside of that person, and then you come together to make another great life together, right? And so I would say that I half believe that. I half believe that they can't be your best friend, but I more of say that it's a type of best friend.
Yeah, that's what
it's more of a type. It's not that they can't be your best friend.
Yeah.
It's more of like, oh, well, you can't be everything for me, and like you can't like somebody can't make you happy. You have to choose to be happy,
right?
Which is something that I'm going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, they're not going to be able to make me happy. I need to make me happy, meaning that, I need to have like dope guy friends and I need to hang out and go with them, and they can't make me happy. I just am happy around them, and I'm happy around her, and I love hanging around her, and yada yada yada.
Exactly.
And you do the thing, and like I had no points after that, so I'm just gonna keep going. Exactly. But yeah, I mean that is his view, and I understand it to an extent.
It's different. It's interesting. Like I feel like I kind of get where he's trying to go with that, but I feel like he almost was just saying that to say something controversial. Because I feel like it was just an unnecessary thing to say. Like obviously males and females are different biologically, and so there's going to be things that we can never understand about the other specifically, but I don't feel like that's something that's involved with being a best friend with somebody.
So
personally.
the thing is though, people try to make their boyfriend or girlfriend their everything. Right? Okay. And so then they say, oh, my partner's my best friend. And then they have no other life outside of them. And I think it's more of the point of, listen, you need to have a life outside of it. I think that's the biggest thing. Okay. I need to I've listened through it like 2 or 3 times at this point. Yeah. I still haven't taken the notes. Like I said I would. Yeah. But eventually I will. I promise I will. It's coming. Right. It's coming, guys. It's coming.
We're going to expect this? Like 10-page essay? Like?
No. Just cliff notes, if that. Just points. But yeah, I mean, I don't. He has like a whole like post, or like not post, but a whole like thing about it, right? Like paragraph or like section of the book. I don't know about it, and it's not. He's not saying things just to be controversial. He's not. It doesn't seem to be one of those writers. Okay. He just has a very. It's very true that men and women are different. Yes. But people don't accept that. Well, people don't accept that like men and women are different, and they can't be they can't understand you on like a biological, like they won't understand the innate things. Like I don't understand the innate things about women. Like they're not necessarily complex, but they think way different than we do. True. So like we may just not be able to get into their head to understand what is going on. Yeah. Keep it clean. right? And so then maybe they need to like talk to their girlfriend, right?
Right.
I think one of the examples he gives is like, well, what if you're having I think he says like, what if you're having like an issue with your person and you need to like suss out like what's going on.
Right.
And I'm like I get that to an extent. Again, like to a point.
Right.
You should be communicating with them like, hey, I really don't like this thing. And if they go off the handle, it's like, okay, I need to understand what's going on.
Yeah, like
so I need to like take some time. Yeah, I need to take some time to like talk to other people about it. But again, like we always say, communicate. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it just goes back to like how you were saying, like you have to have a life outside of your partner as well. Like they can be extremely important to you. You can be best friends. I mean, it's just weird because I would never even think of like my best friend as being my entire life. And I feel like that's kind of like how you should treat things with your partner as well. Like they should be very important to you. They should be a very integral part of your life, but they shouldn't be your whole life. Like you have to have other things that you're passionate about and, you know, other people that you care about and all that kind of stuff, like family, everything. So yeah.
I think it's just an understanding of like,
it's just different.
It's just an understanding that men and women are different.
Yeah.
And like, you know, he says that, oh, they can't be your best friend. I'm just like, they're probably like, just like they're your best friend, but you also have like a guy best friend, or you also have a girl best friend.
What
right?
does this mean for like gay couples?
Bro,
because
I don't want to get into that.
Yo,
I don't want to get into that.
Oh, okay.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Fair enough.
Not even close.
Not even gonna go there.
Nope, staying away from it. But I think we hit all our points.
Yeah.
I think this was a really great conversation. Once again, I am Shawn Batu, CEO of Steady.
I'm Cliffy V, CMO of Steady.
And we've really enjoyed this conversation. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. All the YouTube things, all the Facebook things. Notification bell. That's a thing. Actually, you should do that. And then remember to share it with your friends and download Steady Growing from the App Store or Play Store, or you can like use the web app too because that exists. Anyways, have a great day.
Later, y'all.